this video, we'll look at creating the exterior of a retro-style fridge. Let's start with a new file. We'll use the default cube. Delete the rest. G+Z keys and 1 to move the cube up 1 meter. Tab into Edit mode. Select the front foredge and bevel with Ctrl+B. Command or Ctrl+B to bevel with 4 segments. Command or Ctrl+ are for loop cut with 2 segments and left-click once. Press S+X and type 2.7 to move the edge loops to either ends. Command or Ctrl+ are for loop cut with 2 segments and left-click once. Press S+Z and type 2.7 to move the edge loops to either ends. Right-click and shade smooth. Control or Command+1 for level 1 subdivision. Add a second level 2 subdivision surface modifier. Select the loop as shown with Option+ left click. Numpad 1 for front view. Option+Z for X-ray mode. Press E then right click. Press S and scale inward as shown. Disable both subdivision modifiers in Edit mode. Press 2 on main keyboard for edge selection. Select the 4 edges as shown. Option+Z to exit X-ray mode. Command+B for a small bevel with 2 segments as shown. Select the faces in the gap as shown here with Shift plus Option plus left click. Add a second material in Material Properties. Set the color to dark gray. Click Assign to assign the new color. This will be the gasket. Add 2 loop cuts with Command+R. Add a single loop cut with Command+R between the 2. Select the faces as shown with Shift plus Option plus left click. Numpad 1 for front view and Option+Z for X-ray mode. Press S, hold Ctrl plus Shift and drag mouse to scale as shown. Left-click to confirm. Tab into Object Mode and verify the appearance in Material Preview. I missed adding a couple of edge loops. Press Ctrl or Command plus R, left-click, press S plus X and type 2.7. Now let's add a material to the refrigerator. I'll choose a retro style color. Adjust metallic and roughness as shown. Numpad 1 for front view. Move the mouse to top left, hold Shift and right-click to place the 3D cursor. Shift plus A to add a plane. R plus X and type 90 to rotate. Press S and type 0.1 to scale down. Press S plus Z and type 2 to scale 2x in Z-axis. G plus Y and type minus 0.001 to prevent the plane overlap. S plus Z and type 1.5 to scale 1.5x in Z-axis. G plus Z and move the mouse to align as shown. Control or Command plus A and apply scale. Tab into Edit Mode and press /4 Local View. Add loop cuts with Command or Control plus R as shown. 5 loop cuts vertically and 16 horizontally. Press 1 on main keyboard for vertex select. Control or Command plus 3 for side view. Shift plus S and select cursor to world origin. Alt or Option plus Z for X-ray view. Box select the vertices as shown. G plus Y and drag mouse to move the vertices as shown. You can further position the bottom vertices as shown. Tab back to Object Mode. Numpad 1 for front view. Tab into Edit Mode. Box select the vertices as shown and enable proportional editing. Press S plus X. Scroll the middle mouse button to reduce the proportional editing circle. Then push mouse in as shown. Tab back to Object Mode. Control or Command plus 2 for a level 2 subdivision. Add a solidify modifier above subdivision for handle thickness. Adjust solidify settings as shown. Add a material for the handle as shown. Next, we need to add bolts for the handle. Enable wireframe as shown. Shift plus right-click as shown to place the 3D cursor. To add a bolt mesh, we need to enable the BoltFactory add-on in Preferences. Once enabled, press Shift plus A and select Bolt. In the Add Bolt menu, set rotation on X-axis to 90. And choose the bolt types as shown or to your liking. I'll choose the model as bolt, bit type as TORX, and head as dome. Now scale the bolt with S key and align it as shown. Now let's make the bolt sit flush with the handle. G plus Y and drag mouse to move the bolt as shown here. We need 3 more bolts for the handle. We can add a mirror modifier for that. Select X and Y in axis to mirror the bolt. We choose X and Z axis here because the original plane object was rotated 90 degrees. We need to apply rotation with Command or Ctrl+A. Then we can choose X and Z axes in the mirror modifier. Now let's apply the metallic material to the bolt as well. Rename the materials as shown. Adjust the edge data in Solidify modifier to further refine the appearance. Shade smooth the bolts. To fix the deformities, add an edge split modifier as shown. That fixes the deformities. Let's make the back of the fridge appear more flat. Tab into Edit mode. Select the edges as shown and add a bevel with Ctrl or Command+B. Next, I would like to make the gasket appear to be held together magnetically. To do that, select the middle edge loop with Alt or Option plus left click. Then press V to rip and left click to confirm. Now, let's add a Solidify modifier and adjust the settings as shown. Let's rename the objects accordingly in the outliner. Select the three objects and move them to a new collection pressing the M key. Now duplicate the collection and hide the original collection. We can scale the fridge on Z-axis to make it appear as a retro single-door fridge. S+Z, and type 2 to scale 2x on Z-axis. G+Z, and type 1 to move the fridge up 1 meter to align the bottom with the X and Y axes. Position the handle on the fridge accordingly with G+Z. Now the fridge is almost complete. Let's make the fridge appear more rounder. In edit mode, select the edges as shown with Shift plus Option or Alt and left click. S+X to scale on X-axis. Make sure to enable the subdivision modifier in edit mode. Scale it as shown. Now the fridge appears more rounder. Adjust the handle position as shown. Select the bolt and then the handle and press Ctrl+P to parent it. Now the fridge exterior is complete. Now let's unhide the original fridge collection. I'll move it to the side with G+X and dragging the mouse. Unhide the hidden collection. Now we have both a mini fridge and a regular fridge. That's it for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.